Into 6 left, keep out, and 6 left minus open.
Attention, com 5 plus 1.
Sucio, roderas, derecha, derecha, buena parte, izquierda y atrás.
Monte Carlo, geographically tiny, but in the world of motorsport it's a giant, with 2 events perhaps more prestigious than any other, the Monaco Grand Prix and of course the Monte Carlo Rally. Now I've come here to discover the rally's most famous, perhaps infamous, special stage at the wheel of one of Evo's current favourite performance cars, the Hyundai i30N Fastback. Hyundai Motorsport made its WRC debut here back in 2014 and last year finished runner-up in both drivers' and manufacturers' championships. The question is, how much of that desire to win is reflected in its N models? Despite its motorsport history, actually driving in Monte Carlo, well, I have to be honest, it's a crushing disappointment. If you've got dreams of slicing the apex into Mirabeau or blasting flat out through the tunnel, and haven't we all at some point, I'm afraid these are some of the most congested and restrictive roads in Europe. What I am going to do is hatch a plan to get out of here as quickly as possible and go up there into the mountains to real rally country. Forgive me for a moment, but it'd be rude, wouldn't it, not to indulge in a little bit of noise. ...2019 marks the 87th running of the Monte Carlo Rally. In 1911, just 23 cars started from 11 different locations throughout Europe, converging on the Principality. The event may have changed out of all recognition since then, but its greatest test endures, the infamous Col de Turini special stage. Although shortened in recent years, the classic route from La Bolène-Vesubi to Sospel is 20 miles long and includes no fewer than 34 hairpins. This is more like it, the Col de Turini. It's awesome to be here, one of the greatest drivers' roads in the world. Now, earlier it was pouring down. There was thunder and lightning, even hailstones. And that's bad news because this is a majestic road, it is a beautiful road, but it is also a road that takes no prisoners. But it did give me a chance to think about what sort of car works well here, and I think what I'm really saying is you need a good hot hatch. One of the most impressive aspects of the i30N is the sheer thoroughness of its development, and a spec sheet that reads like a list of real must-haves for a car of this type. With there no longer being a road-going homologation requirement in rallying, that link between competition car and road car isn't as strong as it once was. However, I think it's fair to say that on a road like this one, the sort of qualities that make for a successful rally car also make for a good road car. The obvious one, of course, is brakes. There are so many hairpins, and you want to be able to really go on the attack into them. You want to have confidence in the endurance of the brakes, and that's the case here. With 271 brake horsepower deployed through the front wheels, The N's electronically controlled limited slip differential is crucial, especially here with so many hairpins. Finding traction on the way out of them is vital. As I do come out of one of these hairpins, I think sometimes the N lacks just maybe a little bit of punch, and I think that's because it's quite heavy for the class of car. It's nearly 1.5 tons. However, on the positive side, it does feel very solid, and actually Hyundai have worked hard to make the car as rigid as possible. There's even a strut brace in the back. We've become used to driver modes in performance cars, and the i30N has plenty of them. On a road like this one, the initial temptation of course is to select the maximum attack N mode, but the beauty of having a custom mode is that the car's different dynamic elements can be tailored to the road and also my own personal tastes. There's also an electronic Rev Match function, so that blips the throttle on down changes automatically. There's a sort of rhythm to driving a great road like this. It's a form of concentration, of heightened concentration. It's almost like a trance. And the more you drive the road, the more you begin to understand its true character. You learn where you can push. You also learn where you must show caution. And it's that kind of knowledge, combined with the ability to choose the right tyres, that has often meant the difference here between winning and losing. Hyundai worked closely with Pirelli on a bespoke P0 tyre for the i30N. It helps to ensure good grip levels, but it also contributes to the real depth of ability and playful nature of this car's chassis. What a privilege to drive this road and follow in such illustrious tyre tracks. In this car, through this scenery, on this day. I've reached the summit just above the famous col where the rally cars go over the top of the mountain. Today, all is quiet. In fact, it's really peaceful. But on rally day, there'd be thousands of fans down there, cheering with fireworks going off. Truly, the passion of the sport. This is the Cathedral of Rallying, where the great drivers have forged their reputation. McRae, Burns, Sainz, Kankkunen, Biasian, Salonen, Oriol. I could go on and on with those names. All have shown greatness here. But perhaps the best thing is that you too can come here and make your own pilgrimage. Bring the right car, drive the road and enjoy it.